Hyzon Motors is offering solutions to this decarbonisation challenge. We've developed fuel cell powered trucks and buses, and we are pushing aggressively in this transition for commercial vehicles. We have an unwavering mission to decarbonise heavy transport. As Chris said, this is a life journey from many of the people within Hyzon. This is not something that we thought of as a good idea after reading a report or something along those lines. This is our mission. We are deploying hydrogen propulsion technology that's been proven in hundreds of commercial vehicles internationally before we even set up Hyzon in the beginning of 2020. Those vehicles serve multiple heavy industries, and in fact, Hyzon will ship commercial zero-emission fuel cell commercial vehicles in at least 4 countries before the end of this year. This is not a group of newbies going after some shiny new thing. This is people with a life mission to help decarbonisation, and this core technology has been under development since 2003. In addition to mature core technology, Hyzon leverages an installed base of vehicle platform production capacity. We work with existing OEMs to bring in cab chassis, and we adapt those cab chassis to zero-emission versions with fuel cell electric propulsion. We can do this readily in Europe and the US already, and we are also working on that basis in China, and we're just setting up our new facility in Australia. We believe this enables us to push quite aggressively towards that tipping point we need to find, and that is created by heavy vehicles with very good performance that compare directly with diesel vehicles, hydrogen available at decent prices and close to where the vehicles need to operate. And finally, we target usage models to facilitate that by going after back-to-base operating models. So we offer solutions for vehicles like construction, refuse collection, port drayage, perishable deliveries, general freight and public transit, targeting back-to-base operations all the while. We can transition these types of vehicles onto hydrogen with no dependence whatsoever on the electrical grid. Hydrogen is the way to electrify transport without the grid. Think about that. If we need to transition heavy vehicles from fossil fuels to electric propulsion, this would create an enormous burden on the electric grid if we need to depend on the grid. But if we can make hydrogen from many locally available resources, we can then make our own fuel local to the vehicle operation. This provides energy independence and energy resilience on a scale nobody believed was possible just a few years ago. One final point is that no one can do this alone, and Hyzon's a big believer in collaborations. We are a big believer in facilitating the build out of ecosystems, and on that front, people may have read about our effort to establish a coalition of willing and capable and experienced partners. We set up the Hyzon Zero Carbon Alliance, which is a non-profit. It's simply a collaboration model, but this seeks to establish hydrogen ecosystems, and we have leading companies from around the world joining us on this journey to identify opportunities for the build out of ecosystems and the aggressive replacement of diesel-based engine systems with zero-emission fuel cell technology.